Understanding the difference between the single-tenant net lease and the single-tenant gross lease is critical, especially if you're using these leases on a regular basis. There's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding between the differences of the lease, and actually the leases are almost identical and only differ in a few spots. Also, there's a common misconception that under the gross lease, the tenant is only responsible for the payment of rent, and that's not correct. Let's take a look at the differences. First of all, the differences occur in paragraphs number 7, 8, and 10. In paragraph 7 of the net lease, the tenant is responsible for all building maintenance. On the gross lease, the landlord is responsible for building maintenance. However, the tenant's responsible for reimbursing the landlord for those maintenance costs. Also, under the gross lease, the landlord is responsible for the roof. In paragraph number 8, which is property insurance, on the net lease, the tenant is responsible for the payment of the entire insurance premium. On the gross lease, the tenant is only responsible for the increase to that premium over the base year or first year of the lease. In paragraph number 10, property tax, like property insurance, the tenant on the net lease is responsible for the payment of all property tax. On the gross lease, the tenant is only responsible for the payment of increases to the property tax over the base year. Other than that, the leases are essentially the same. As you can see, they share much more in common than not. Don't hesitate to contact the AIR with any questions you might have about the use or content of their forms, or to ask about educational seminars that may be available to you. Also, the AIR highly recommends to all parties in a transaction to seek out legal and other professional advice when transacting business using one of their forms. If you liked what you heard today and found it to be helpful, I encourage you to purchase the AIR Forms User's Manual. It's filled with hundreds of similar tips, and ordering information will follow at the end of the video. Thank you.